Welcome back to Ta Off Air, and we continue our conversation with Shoki Mmola. Of course, you know her and love her from her character on Scheme Sam, and we're carrying on a conversation about how Shoki moved on and left an abusive marriage. 10 years she endured that abuse, and we're talking about life after leaving and what she's learned throughout that whole journey. Shoki, thank you so much for staying with us and continuing the conversation.
Pleasure,
yeah. So, essentially what we were touching on air was the idea that, yes, you leave, but there's a healing process that has to happen once you've done so, right? And what I'm curious about, what I want to hear from you is, what have you utilized in your own life to help you get through and process what you went through so that you can move forward?
Therapy helped. First of all, I'm actually happy that I don't have to sleep with a knife under my pillow. It was one of the it was one of the most taxing things that I ever have to do.
How long do you sleep with a knife under your pillow?
A good 3 months.
And a home is supposed to be like a place of safety, like a sanctuary for you and the kids and the family.
And it was really embarrassing to have to lie to my daughter, because she did ask. At that time, I was actually sharing a room with them.
Yeah.
And I constantly, when you wake, you won't know. I was constantly imagining 1,000 ways to die. Not because I wanted to kill myself, because I thought it was possible for me to die, given the situation I was in. And to have to lie to my daughter when she asked me, and she said, "Mama, why are you sleeping with a knife under your pillow?" And I had to say to her, just in case
somebody breaks in.
If somebody breaks in, so if you were to come in, I need to be able to protect you. I'm actually relieved that I didn't have to go through that. Yeah. Therapy helped. Talking helps. It's really underrated. It's a very underrated tool. Talk, and eventually you'll find somebody willing to listen. And you be a fool if you have to. That is a fool that wants to live, rather than being a fool that is going to die. Because the longer you stay, the more of your days are being chopped off your calendar. And you can't have that.
It's so important, because we talk a lot in abuse about surviving and getting through something and coming out on the other end of it. But if you're going to live a full life, right, and realize your potential, there's also a lot of stuff that helped you survive in that situation that you have to unlearn.
Yeah.
And, just unlearning fear, and learning being learning being highly
because depression plays a major role, in a sense that because you're not able to talk to anyone, you're forever in your head. You just really wallow into yourself. You get into that shell. People see you less. You talk less. You're less fun. They won't invite you because you're not fun. And you constantly thinking of how to get out of here, and there's only one way. You are eventually going to take your life if you're sticking around. Seriously, I'm not saying every woman needs to leave their relationships, but I'm saying put yourself first. The same reason that makes you stay. The moment it becomes toxic, it must be the same reason.
What else have you had to unlearn?
That I deserve to be happy. That I don't have to disclose how much I have in my bank account. I was actually also financially abused. I remember one time when he was sitting on me, and he was punching the daylights out of me. Man, he's huge, and I could not move. I could not do anything. And one of the things that I vividly remember was, I don't even know how much you earn, as in it was his right to know how much I earn. To think I'm not good enough for anything. You get to a point where you really second guess every decision that you make.
Sure.
Because really you are worth zero in that house. Your opinion does not count. You can't be an independent thinker. You can't think for yourself. If you need to go out, you need to get permission from someone.
Slip.
And should you go out, you're going to be stalked, just to make sure that you are playing within the block.
Shoki, so in 2017, your ex-husband went and apologized to you and your kids.
First of all, I don't think it was an apology.
No, that's the question that I want to ask you. If let's say it was an apology.
Okay.
Do you believe, from your experience with him, do you believe that he's the type of person that can change and can be rehabilitated?
The letter read, I would like to apologize what happened to my wife.
Okay.
The beating happened to me. The strangling happened to me.
You didn't do it.
No, it happened to me. So how do you then say someone that cannot take accountability to what they've done can actually resurrect themselves and change and be a better person? How do you then say that? The first stage of trying to change is taking responsibility for your actions. If you don't take them, then we don't believe you. I'm not sure if he's going through the healing. I'm not sure if he will heal. But I saw what I saw in the letter.
Has he ever apologized, besides the letter, has he ever apologized to you and called you and said, Shoki, let's sit down with the kids. I am sorry as Papa for doing this. I'm sorry as your husband for doing this.
He apologized to the girls, but not to me. To the girls, he definitely did apologize.
And what does that then do for the perception you have or that you portray of him to the kids? Does it influence it in any way? Do you remove yourself in their kids' minds in terms of how they see their father? I mean, how do you reconcile with that dynamic?
That is a difficult one. It's so sad they don't want to talk about him. And I think I should leave it there for their sake. I think I should leave it there.
Did they witness this?
They were there all the time. They were there. They've seen it since they were very small. You know, there was a time where Oratile actually asked me and said, Mama, do you guys even like each other? That hurts. A child is supposed to look at their parents and think, oh, what beautiful love.
And how are they now? Because there's no question that this whole experience, this ordeal must have done something to them. What's their disposition at the moment?
The therapy helped, but I think the scars are there. Sure. The fact that they don't talk about him, I don't think it's because they just don't miss him. Is because every time when they need to talk about him, maybe it brings back sad memories as well. It comes along. Sure. That is not something you wipe out of a child's mind. I mean, the first person I called when I saw that my life was in danger was Oratile, before I even sent out a WhatsApp on our group, our CPF group, that, look, I'm about to die. Oratile was the first person I called. I said, Oratile, get my phone, call the police. And she came running in. She saw what she saw. So you can't wipe that away. It has scarred them. Yeah. I only hope, my only hope is that they grow up to respect love. They grow up to be able to give it and receive it the same way that they will get it, and understand that love does not hurt. Love does not leave you with scars. Love does not break your spirit. And that is my daily duty, really.
I like that. And I hear in your response your hopes for your children's future. What are the hopes for your
I'm going
future?
to sleep in a sleeping bag, waiting for Karabwe on the queue, yeah, idols. So,
absolutely love it.
I'm going to go to some seminar, waiting to see Oratile's creation. They are smart girls. Yeah. Right now I'm homeschooling them. They're very easy to teach. They've got talents for days, and I encourage that. They probably will change their mind every year as to what they want to become, but I'm quite sure that it will be something amazing.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Shoki, thanks for the passion, thanks for the light and the energy, and for sharing, so willingly with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. We will do this again.
And allowing me to say hi to my girls.
And that's it for today's installment of Ta Off Air. I guess we'll catch you around the social media streets, whenever, sometime soon. We'll see. Thanks.